Listen up. 2025 is right around the corner, and you've got a choice to make. Are you going to keep living the same life, making the same excuses, carrying the same weight of regret? Or are you ready to break the chains and become the person you've been running from your whole damn life? Transformation doesn't wait for the right moment or the perfect conditions. It starts the second you decide you've had enough. It starts when you look in the mirror and stop lying to yourself. That mirror doesn't lie. It shows you the truth, the real you. Not the Instagram version, not the story you tell your friends, but the raw, unfiltered reality of who you are. Are you proud of that person? Are you living up to your potential, or are you hiding in the shadows, afraid of the pain it takes to become great? Let me tell you something, change doesn't come wrapped in comfort. It's born in the fire. It's the mornings you don't want to get up, the runs you don't want to take, the choices you don't want to face. It's saying no to the easy path and yes to the grind. Because the grind doesn't care about your feelings. It doesn't care how tired you are or how hard your past was. The grind will break you if you let it, but it will also build you into something unstoppable. Most people out there are running at 40% of their capacity and they think that's all they've got. But that's a lie. Your mind is holding you hostage. It's whispering, you can't do this. It's too hard. Just quit. But that voice, that's your weakness talking. And every time you let it win, you lose a piece of yourself. You lose the chance to see what you're really made of. You want 2025 to be your year? Then stop waiting for someone to save you. Nobody's coming. No one's going to knock on your door and hand you the life you want. You've got to fight for it. You've got to earn it. And that means showing up every damn day, even when it sucks. Especially when it sucks. You've got pain in your life? Good, use it. Let it fuel you. Let it remind you that you're alive and capable of more than you think. Pain isn't your enemy, it's your training ground. It's where you learn who you are and what you can take. Every step forward is proof that you're tougher than the obstacles in front of you. People are going to doubt you. They'll tell you it's impossible, that you don't have what it takes. Let them talk. While they're busy running their mouths, you'll be out there doing the work. Because at the end of the day, talk is cheap. Results are what count. 2025 is your battleground. It's the year you stop being a spectator in your own life. It's the year you dig deeper than you ever thought possible and prove to yourself and the world that you're capable of greatness. Not by wishing, not by dreaming, but by bleeding, sweating, and fighting for it. When you wake up on December 31st, 2025, I want you to look back and feel pride. Not because it was easy, but because you gave it everything you had. Because you didn't quit. Because you refused to let excuses, fear, or failure define you. You transformed not just your year, but your life. The only thing standing between you and the person you want to be is the work you're willing to put in. So what are you waiting for? 2025 isn't going to change your life, you are. Now get out there and earn it. Transformation starts with a brutally honest conversation with yourself. Look in the mirror not just to see your reflection, but to confront your reality. Stop sugarcoating your excuses. Stop blaming your circumstances, your past, or the people around you for where you are today. Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody owes you anything. The life you're living right now is the sum of your choices. And if that stings good, that pain is the wake-up call you've been avoiding. Too many people spend their lives pointing fingers, but let me tell you something, excuses don't pay the bills, excuses don't get you in shape, and excuses sure as hell don't create greatness. The moment you stop looking for someone to blame and start owning every mistake, every missed opportunity, every failure, that's when the game changes. That's when you take back control. It's not about beating yourself up or wallowing in guilt. It's about power. When you own your flaws, your weaknesses, and your struggles, you strip them of their power over you. You take that energy and channel it into action. You're no longer the victim of your story, you're the author, and you get to rewrite it however you damn well please. Accountability isn't a one-time decision. It's a daily commitment. It's waking up every morning and asking yourself, what can I do today to get closer to the person I want to be? It's holding yourself to a standard so high that excuses and mediocrity have no place in your life. The truth is, you don't need motivation. You need discipline. Motivation is fleeting, it comes and goes. Discipline stays with you, even on the days when you feel like giving up. 2025 isn't going to be different because the calendar changes. It'll be different because you decide to show up for yourself every single day. Own your mistakes, own your effort, own your future. That's the foundation of transformation. It's not glamorous and it's not easy, but it's real. And if you're willing to do the work, it'll change everything. Transformation doesn't happen in comfort. Comfort is the enemy of progress. It's the soft pillow that whispers, stay here, it's safe. But let me ask you this, how has that comfort served you so far? Has it pushed you closer to your goals, or has it kept you stuck in the same cycle, wishing for change but doing nothing about it? The truth is, the life you want is waiting for you on the other side of discomfort. And the only way to get there is to walk straight through it. Discomfort is where the magic happens. It's where you strip away the layers of weakness, fear, and self-doubt to uncover what you're really made of. Most people avoid it like the plague, but not you. Not in 2025. This is the year you make discomfort your home. Whether it's waking up before the sun, grinding through a tough workout, or tackling the challenges you've been dodging, you're going to embrace it. Because every time you choose the hard path, you're building a version of yourself that can take on anything. The pain, that's the price of admission for the life you want. The struggle, that's where you learn who you are. The fear, that's your signal that you're heading in the right direction. Stop running from it and start chasing it. Because the more you lean into the things that scare you, the stronger you become. That's where growth lives, in the places that test you, challenge you, and make you want to quit. Let me be clear, this isn't about punishment, it's about evolution. The process is going to hurt, no doubt about it. But guess what? That pain is temporary. What's permanent is the pride you'll feel when you've conquered it. When you look back on 2025 and see all the moments you chose to keep going when it would have been easier to stop, you'll realize that those were the moments that defined you. You've got to stop asking, why is this so hard? And start asking, what is this teaching me? Because every challenge you face is a lesson. Every setback is an opportunity, and every ounce of discomfort is a step closer to the person you're destined to be. Don't settle for comfort. Settle for greatness, and greatness is earned in the grind. Most people live their entire lives stuck in first gear, convinced that they're giving it their all, when in reality, they're barely scratching the surface. Let me tell you something, you are capable of so much more than you believe. Right now, you're operating at maybe 40% of your true potential, and you've let your mind convince you that's the limit. That's a lie. Your mind is the gatekeeper to your greatness, and if you don't learn how to push past it, you'll never know what you're truly capable of. Your mind is wired to protect you, to keep you safe, to avoid pain. But safety doesn't lead to growth. Pain does, discomfort does. Pushing past the limits you think you have is what shows you what's possible. Those moments when you want to quit, when every muscle is screaming, when the voice in your head is telling you to stop, that's the 40% kicking in. That's the point where most people give up. But that's also the point where transformation begins. You've got to train yourself to go beyond that threshold. When you think you've got nothing left, dig deeper. When you feel like you're at your breaking point, remind yourself that's just your mind trying to hold you back. Every time you push a little farther, one more mile, one more hour, one more step, you're expanding what's possible for you. You're proving to yourself that the limits you thought were real were nothing more than illusions. It's not easy. Hell, it's not supposed to be easy. If it were easy, everyone would do it. But greatness doesn't live in the realm of easy. It lives in the grind, in the struggle, in the moments when you push past what you thought was the end and keep going anyway. That's where your true power lies. 2025 is your year to break through the 40% barrier. Stop settling for less than you're capable of. Stop letting your mind dictate your potential. Every time you go beyond what you think you can do, you're not just building strength, you're building belief. Belief in yourself, in your resilience, in your ability to take on anything life throws at you. Don't stop at 40%. Don't stop at 50% or even 80%. Keep pushing until you have nothing left, and then find a way to push some more. Because on the other side of that struggle, you'll find a version of yourself you never knew existed. A version of yourself that is unstoppable. That's the person 2025 demands. Pain is a part of life. You can't run from it, you can't hide from it, and you can't avoid it. The difference between those who stay stuck and those who rise is how they use that pain. Most people let pain break them. They sit in their misery, wallow in their struggles, and let life beat them down. But let me tell you something, pain isn't here to destroy you. Pain is here to teach you, to shape you, to mold you into something stronger than you ever thought possible. You've got to stop looking at pain as your enemy and start seeing it for what it is, your greatest weapon. Pain is the ultimate teacher. It strips away all the lies, all the excuses, and all the distractions. It forces you to face yourself raw and unfiltered. It's in those moments of struggle when the world feels heavy and the path ahead seems impossible that you discover what you're really made of. I know pain, I've felt it, I've been through the kind of hell that would make most people quit before they even got started. But I didn't let it break me. I used it. I took every ounce of pain, every setback, every failure, and I turned it into fuel. When life knocked me down, I didn't just get back up, I got back up stronger, hungrier, and more determined than ever. Pain isn't comfortable. It's not supposed to be. It's going to hurt. It's going to challenge you. It's going to make you question whether it's all worth it. But here's the thing, nothing worth having comes without a fight. Nothing great is ever built on easy. If you want to transform your life in 2025, you need to embrace the pain, lean into it, let it sharpen you, refine you, and burn away everything that's holding you back. Every time you face pain and refuse to back down, you're building a callus on your mind. You're teaching yourself that no matter how hard it gets, you can handle it. And once you know that, once you've proven to yourself that pain won't break you, there's nothing in this world that can stop you. So when the pain comes, and it will come, don't run. Don't hide. Look it dead in the eye and say, bring it on, because the pain you endure today is the strength you'll carry tomorrow. And by the end of 2025, when you look back at all the battles you faced, you won't just see pain. You'll see progress. You'll see transformation. You'll see the unshakable, unstoppable version of yourself that you were always meant to be. Use the pain. Own it. Let it make you unstoppable. The world is full of people who will doubt you, criticize you, and tell you that your goals are too big, too unrealistic, or that you're just not capable of achieving them. They'll throw their negativity in your face, and they'll try to make you believe that your dreams are impossible. But here's the truth, those people don't matter. The only opinion that counts is yours. You've got to stop listening to the noise, stop letting other people's doubts get inside your head. They don't know your struggle, they don't know your potential, and they sure as hell don't know what you're capable of. What they think about you doesn't mean anything. What matters is what you believe. The only thing standing between you and your success is your belief in yourself, and that belief comes from action. The louder the doubters get, the harder you need to work. The more they tell you that you can't, the more you need to prove them wrong by doing. There's a lot of talk out there, a lot of people telling you what you can't do, but talk is cheap. People will run their mouths, but when it comes time to put in the work, they won't be there. They won't be there when you're grinding, when you're pushing through the pain, when you're giving everything you've got. They won't be there when you're winning. But that's okay because you don't need them. You don't need anyone's validation to go after what you want. You want to transform your life in 2025? Then stop listening to the noise. Stop letting the doubters define your path. Let them talk. While they're wasting their time telling you what you can't do, you'll be out there showing them exactly what you're made of. Every day you put in the work, every mile you run, every challenge you conquer, you're not just silencing their doubts, you're proving to yourself that you are capable of anything. So when they doubt you, let it fuel you. When they laugh at your dreams, use it as the fire to keep pushing forward. The only thing that matters is that you show up every single day, do the work, and leave the doubters in the dust. They won't be able to keep up with you when you're relentless. They won't be able to keep up when you've got the fire of your own belief driving you forward. Keep going and let their doubt be your motivation to prove them wrong. You don't need motivation to get where you want to go. Motivation comes and goes. It's here 1 minute and gone the next. It's a fleeting feeling, something that can easily fade the moment things get hard, the moment your comfort zone starts calling you back. No, what you need is discipline. Discipline is what keeps you going when motivation has packed its bags and left. Discipline is the secret sauce, the thing that separates the dreamers from the doers, the winners from the quitters. If you want to transform your life in 2025, you've got to stop waiting for the magic moment when you feel motivated. There's no such thing. You've got to make the decision that you're going to show up day in and day out, regardless of how you feel. There will be days when your body aches or when your mind tells you to quit, when you're tired, frustrated, or just plain drained. That's when discipline kicks in. That's when you get up anyway. That's when you keep going, even when every part of you is begging for rest. Discipline is about building habits that stick. It's about doing what needs to be done, whether you want to or not. It's about getting up early when you'd rather stay in bed. It's about grinding through the workout even when you're exhausted. It's about making the hard decisions even when they don't feel good. And it's about doing all of this when nobody's watching, when nobody's applauding, when there's no external reward waiting for you at the finish line. You're doing it for you. You're doing it because you know that the little actions, the tiny moments of discipline, compound over time to create massive change. You're not going to transform your life by waiting for motivation to strike like lightning. You're going to transform your life by building a routine, by sticking to it when it's hard, and by pushing through when it's uncomfortable. Discipline will push you through when your mind tries to convince you that you're too tired, too weak, too far from your goal. Discipline will tell you to keep going, to get back up, to keep grinding. And when you start trusting in discipline instead of chasing motivation, that's when the real work begins. In 2025, you've got to stop relying on motivation. It's a crutch. It's temporary. Discipline is what's going to take you to the next level. It's the fuel that keeps you moving forward when motivation runs dry. You want success? You want transformation? Then make discipline your ally. Build it into your daily routine. Make it a non-negotiable part of your life. And when you do, you'll find that transformation is no longer a distant dream, it's your reality. If you want to change your life, there's no room for half-hearted efforts or waiting for the stars to align. It's about committing to a level of responsibility so deep, so unshakable that nothing and no one can derail you. When you take ownership of your life, you stop being a victim of circumstances. You stop being at the mercy of the people around you, the challenges, the disappointments, or even the bad luck. You stop making excuses. You become the creator of your reality. You've got to understand that the life you're living right now, every single part of it, is a reflection of the decisions you've made up until this point. It doesn't matter if you've had setbacks or if things haven't gone your way. That's not the issue. The issue is you've allowed yourself to be in a position where you're not fully in control, where you've let external forces dictate your direction. It's time to break free from that mindset. It's time to stop looking for someone to give you permission to succeed. No one's coming to hand you your goals on a silver platter. The key to transformation in 2025 is realizing that you are the force that moves your life forward. It doesn't matter if your family doesn't believe in you. It doesn't matter if your friends think your goals are impossible. What matters is that you believe in yourself, that you've decided once and for all that you're no longer going to live at the mercy of others' opinions or circumstances. You're taking full ownership of your success, your struggles, your failures, and your victories. And let me make this clear, ownership isn't about being perfect. It's not about pretending like everything is going right or making it look easy. It's about accepting that every bump in the road, every failure, every hardship is your responsibility to overcome. You can't control everything that happens to you, but you can control how you respond. You can control how you show up every single day, no matter how hard it gets. You can control your actions, your mindset, and your work ethic. In 2025, it's not enough to just want change. It's not enough to just talk about how bad you want success. You have to act on it with everything you've got. When you own your transformation, you understand that there's no magic moment where everything just falls into place. You're the one who creates that moment. You're the one who wakes up at 5 a.m., who puts in the reps, who does the work even when you're exhausted, who gets back up after every failure. You don't sit back waiting for life to hand you what you deserve. You go out and take it. You've got to have the mentality that this is your life to control. This is your time to shine. So stop waiting. Stop hesitating. Stop overthinking. Just do. Do the hard work. Do the uncomfortable work. Do the work that most people won't do. Because here's the truth. The people who achieve greatness don't wait for motivation. They don't wait for the perfect conditions. They own their journey no matter how tough it gets. They take the knocks they learn from them and they get stronger. When you start taking ownership of your life, it becomes impossible to quit. You'll start to see every challenge as an opportunity to grow, every setback as a lesson. You'll stop fearing the struggle and start welcoming it. Because you know that on the other side of that struggle, there's a version of yourself that is unstoppable. 2025 is not the year to sit on the sidelines. It's the year you show up. It's the year you take full ownership of your life and commit to the work, the grind, and the sacrifices necessary to get where you want to go. When you take full responsibility for your transformation, nothing can stop you. You will move mountains. You will break barriers. You will rise. You will be unshakable. And when you stand tall at the end of the year, you won't just see the results. You'll know you earned every single part of it because you took ownership of your success. Listen up, because this is where the rubber meets the road. 2025 isn't just another year. It's the year you decide who you're going to be. It's the year you stop talking about the person you want to become and start being that person every single day. You don't need to wait for a miracle, for the stars to align, or for someone to hand you your success. You've got everything you need right inside you. It's all about what you choose to do with it. This journey is not going to be easy. There will be days when you'll want to quit, when everything inside you screams to give up. But that's when you dig deeper. That's when you remind yourself that greatness isn't born from comfort. It's forged in the fire of struggle, pain, and persistence. The obstacles, the setbacks, the doubts, they're all part of the process. The only way out is through. And you're going to push through no matter what. You're not here to settle for mediocrity. You're not here to follow the path that everyone else is on. You're here to blaze your own trail, to create a life that others only dream of. That life starts right now with the choices you make today. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for someone else to believe in you. Believe in yourself. Make the commitment to put in the work, to push through the pain, and to own your journey every step of the way. 2025 is the year you stop being a passenger in your life and start taking the wheel. You're going to face hard times, but you'll never quit because quitting is not an option. Every day you're going to show up. You're going to give it your all. You're going to get stronger. You're going to prove to yourself that nothing is impossible and that you are unbreakable. So when you look back at 2025, don't just see a year that passed by. See a year that transformed you, a year that pushed you beyond your limits, a year that turned you into the person you were always meant to be. The transformation starts now. There's no time to waste. Get after it and never look back.